You've seen interest rates go up over the last year. That means we've also seen some more reliable money, such as CDs, go up in their interest rate value. But we ask a financial advisor, why should we not choose those CD rates today to be invested in? Billy, I don't understand. What are you saying? Is safe bank CDs with 4%, 5% interest rates, and you're saying pump the brakes?
I'm just saying that we need to think about the purpose of the money and really figure out what is this money to be used for our retirement, for the rest of our lives, and then make the decision, is it the right thing to do to put money into CDs? Because the biggest risk in putting money in a CD right now is called reinvestment risk. We know we can get 5-ish% today, but when we go back in 9 months or 13 months or 15 months, whenever that CD matures, what are we going to be able to earn on that money 15 months later?
Do you think this is the balloon height of this short-term money right now? So saying 5% right now, in 9 or 10 months, maybe the Fed pulls it back a little bit, and now the best out there is 4.5.
Yeah.
So can we consistently lock in a 5% for longer than some of these CD rates?
And that's what we would suggest in most scenarios is creating a strategy around these high interest rates. So we know interest rates are high right now, but I'm seeing that most people are tying up too much money all in short term.
Yeah.
So they're putting all their eggs in the short term basket, and they're getting a great interest rate right now, but they aren't promised anything past that maturity date. And that becomes the problem and why it needs to be incorporated into more of a plan of what that money is going to be used for.
Let's go flip side, just to be fair. What would be a good way to use these right now? Short-term money. Something you're going to spend in the next 10 months, 11 months, a car, a down payment, a wedding, something like that?
Exactly. That's the money you want. So even if you have excess savings in your checking, in your savings account, that you aren't planning to spend for the next 6 months, go look at 6-month CD rates and figure out what they are. But we're finding people have $250,000, $300,000, $500,000 in a 9-month CD because they like the rate. That might be the right decision for a portion of that, but we're finding that people are overzealous a little bit because short-term rates are so high. They're putting what we would think maybe a little too much in the short term.
Right, and I will also ask this. Sure, those 5% numbers seem really nice. Where, though, would you say is today's inflation? Is that short-term money at 5%, is it really beating inflation?
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. Have you been to the grocery store lately? Is 5% enough to keep up with inflation? That's a good question.
When I look at gas and groceries, the 2 Gs, gas and groceries, no, not really. I'm still spending a lot. While the inflation number may have come down, that doesn't mean the price of those goods and services has actually come down. Are these rates of these costs, have that been locked in? Homes, groceries, gasoline we know fluctuates all the time, but...
Yeah, we've been talking about that in our seminars. And, if inflation comes down, that does not mean prices are going to come down. And we cannot depend on prices going down. So we don't know where interest rates are going to go. We're not predictors of the future. We're preparers for the future. So we don't predict, we prepare. But in preparing, we have, a laddered strategy is one of the ways we call it. Have some 1-year stuff, some 3-year stuff, some 5-year stuff, some 10-year stuff. That way, no matter where interest rates go in the future, we're prepared and have a plan for what's next.
All right. So a fair takeaway is don't overcorrect and put everything right now into a 4 or 5. Define what your money is supposed to be doing for you. Folks, please make sure that you're not looking at these incredible interest rates right now in the short term and overloading yourself. Make sure that your money has a plan, not just for this year, but for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years down the road. If you don't have a plan, you can speak with financial advisor Billy Voiles of Fundamental Wealth Designs. And if you'd like to learn more about Billy and his team and when he holds live seminar events, so you can come and bug him in person and ask him your retirement questions, go to fundamentalwd.com.